I have 7 minutes of happiness a week. Out of hundreds of hours.
It's a pretty good gig, guys.
It's another edition of KFC Radio on the Barstool Sports Network. We're here on Juneteenth, John.
Yes.
We're here working on...
I grind, man.
What are we... Is it a Klans rally over here? We don't even have Juneteenth off here at Barstool Sports. So we're grinding away. Rough weekend for your boy Jayson Timberlake. Not even weekend, weeknight. Jayson Timberlake absolutely shattered drunk. You see that?
I did. Yeah, I saw people say that. I don't know. He looks fine to me.
What?
I give him the keys.
Bro, are you nuts? Have you never seen someone with drunk eyes before?
Maybe he's just so handsome I can't see past it, but like, whatever, dude. If that guy came up to me, I'd be like, he's fine.
Bro, that dude has the drunkest eyes I've ever seen. They're bloodshot, they're glassy, there's nothing behind the wheel.
That's just a good time, man. Honestly, for like the first 100 times I saw the mugshot, I was like, he looks good. And then people started saying how drunk he was, and I don't see it.
He was wrecked. And smart boy refused the breathalyzer 3 times. Yeah. Everybody knows. Look, dude, look at those eyes. Are you kidding me?
I mean, if you told me this is a picture of Jayson Timberlake, I'd go, okay. I don't notice details.
Apparently.
Like, now that you're pointing out the eyes, I can see it a bit. Excuse me, but I'm still not thinking, holy shit. Yeah,
because he's not like disheveled.
He looks great. I mean, they got a ring light on the guy? This is crazy.
They did give him good lighting. It's almost too much lighting. That's why you see the eyes. Yeah, like if this was like an album cover, it could be artsy. If his eyes were a little less red, it would be like an artsy album cover.
Dude, this is so fucking... sucks so bad. Justin Timberlake's DUI mugshot that the whole internet's saying he's so fucked up looks better than any picture I've ever taken.
Ever taken. They have like the footage of him. Like it's not. I don't know. It's not like he like drove through a fucking house or something like that.
Yeah.
They said he didn't stop at a stop sign and he couldn't stay in his lane.
No one can stay in their lane. That's a nonsense one.
Bro, lanes are crazy.
Staying in a lane. If staying in a lane's a law, arrest me every time I drive.
Brother. I mean, lanes, it's like, what I think Kramer says it, they're just a suggestion.
Yeah.
It's just like, I'm very fluid with my driving. The line is there, like, when there's, like, serious traffic.
Yeah.
If there's no traffic, it's...
Well, have you ever driven one of the newer cars that vibrate when you start drifting?
It's like, I know.
Turns out you've been drifting a lot your entire life.
Dude, I get the it buzzes like I'm asleep. I'm like, this was a tactical move, leave me alone. And then I get the boom boom, change driver. I'm like, I'm fucking fine.
It's been 20 minutes.
You have to put your fucking blinker on every time if you don't want the thing to buzz.
Yeah,
it's like, get out of here.
So you could put, if that's your reason to pull me over.
Pull me over every time I drive.
Pull me over every time I drive.
Now, Timberlake refused the breathalyzer, which is the smart move. Also means he was absolutely wrecked. I'm sure it was like double the limit. Now the details are where it gets funny. First of all, he told authorities he had 1 martini, and then witnesses at the restaurant said that when people were getting up to go to the bathroom, he was stealing their drinks.
That's my guy.
Imagine watching Jayson Timberlake so shit-faced that like someone's like, I'll be right back, honey, and he's like, grabs their wine glass and just slams it and puts it back down. That's a move.
The move when you're fucked up and you're with your friends, you're just like, hey, what's that over there? And they look and you slam their drink. That's the best thing in the world. I'll do it with drinks I don't even like pina colada, gross.
And then, of course, the thing everyone's talking about, because I'm thinking to myself, a superstar gets pulled over in the Hamptons, unless he like hits a person or something, you're not getting charged with this. And this cop did not recognize him by face and did not recognize him by name. And then he said, "This is gonna fuck up the tour." And the cop said, "What tour?" And he said, "The world's tour."
I don't believe that.
You don't think that happened?
I believe the cop didn't.
I think that was like the report, though.
Yeah, I just don't like that. Maybe look, I don't know, obviously.
But wait,
but Justin Timberlake just muttered to himself, "This is going to ruin the tour." That's a crazy thing.
No, but I could see him being like, oh shit, like this is gonna fuck up the tour.
It could happen, and then the cops saying what tour and him saying the world tour sounds like a script, not reality.
So it feels like a movie script.
Yeah.
Oh, a second source added. I don't know. I could see that happening.
I mean, like
I could see it being like this is gonna fuck up the tour, and when the cop who doesn't know him is like, what? I don't think it was like. I think it was like the world tour. You asshole! Like, how do you not know who I am?
Yeah,
that sort of thing.
It's certainly. I 100% believe the cop didn't recognize him. I'm sure that even that's kind of a hard to believe. But that exchange feels very scripty.
This is the price you pay. I've always said about Timberlake, he's done it right. He catches a lot of heat for the Janet Jackson shit, and now this Britney Spears book. That aside, he's done it right.
Which he's fine in both for me.
Totally. The Janet Jackson thing is fucking nuts. To this day, there are people who act like Janet Jackson was not in on that.
It was Janet Jackson's idea.
Like
it's her outfit.
You know how it's like how insane you have to be to think that was just JT. If that was what you thought it was, he would be like in jail.
Yeah.
If he was just like, I'm gonna rip Janet Jackson's shirt off at the Super Bowl, she would have fucking hit him. There would have been arrests, and he would have been like canceled.
Janet Jackson's done a documentary saying, "I told Justin, don't say anything. This is on me," like or whatever she said. I don't know. But I know the. Yeah, the general vibe was
don't jump
up.
into this fire as well. Yeah. She had a fucking heart, a sun piece of jewelry around the nipple. Yeah. That's what you do when you're going to expose your nipple to the world. So that was just so crazy. And I guess you could say that like if something was really going down and you were like, dude, don't throw yourself into it, I probably would anyway.
Yeah.
But we're like best friends. Justin Timberlake and Janet Jackson, I'd probably be like, I'm going to let you do this. You had an idea. I went along with it.
No one even knew we knew each other until 20 minutes ago.
Right. Your idea totally backfired. You got to deal with that. And then the Britney Spears thing, it's like, yeah, you had an abortion. No fucking kidding.
Yeah, I support women's rights. Whatever.
Yeah. Her body, her choice. But, so aside from that, Justin Timberlake has done it right. He made superstar albums. He made money. He made superstar money. He made at least an album or two that I think are like considered like really like you made good music. Did a couple movies, not so great, whatever. And then married like probably his like dream girl with Jessica Biel. They both just kind of like went off, into obscurity kind of, and lived their life with their kids. But then nobody knows who you are 25 years later, and you get DUIs. So you have to decide, do you want DUIs when you're like 45, 55, 65? Because if you don't, you have to be out in the public more. Because then nobody knows you. If a cop is, dude, I did ATI with Miss Pat, and I asked her the question. The question was, what song would you turn on? Like, what's the first song? Like, what was it? It was like the first song or the number one song you go to turn the party up. And she said, "Back that ass up." And our the new girl in booking, Sage, was watching, and I said, "You probably don't even know that song." And she goes, "No, but my mom probably does." And I was like, oh my god! And then we played it for her. She did know it after one note, so I was like, "Okay, yeah, you're good." But she said she was born in 2004, and I was like, "What? You're probably like 2002, 2001, before or after 9/11?" All right. See, he's good. If you were not alive during 9/11, I don't care if you're a couple months old, you're still you make the qualifier. But like, there's probably a whole bunch of 20-year-olds who would be like, I don't recognize him.
Yeah,
I think of him as like big enough that everyone would know him, but he has not been in the spotlight for like 15 years.
But he had. What's his troll song? That's a mega hit from 5 years ago, 7 years ago.
It's a cartoon, most. You know what I mean? Like,
but it was a pop hit.
Yes. But you might hear it. If I played it for you, go, I know that song, but I don't know the guy by face.
What is it? Not Happy's
Pharrell.
Yeah, there it is.
I've heard that song probably more than anything I've ever heard in my life. Kids love that song. So, that's the price you pay, JT. You lived your life in relative. Like, for how big he was, he lived his life in pretty, like, obscurity. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, he used to be, like, can't go anywhere with Britney Spears and shit. And now...
I think he's only 43.
Yeah, that's just why I just paused right there, because I saw that and I was like, no fucking way.
I'm also always just so surprised when a celebrity gets a DUI. Like, just get an Uber. It's,
you know what?
It's so easy.
I'm beyond that. I'm surprised when anybody.
Yeah.
Like it used to be
a celebrity, but yeah.
It used to be when you're rich, how could you get a DUI? You have a driver, you have a chauffeur, you get brought around in a limo, and you could pay for this and that. Now it's like literally homeless people can get an Uber. Like everybody has access to an Uber at this point.
Unless you're in Chicago.
No, they don't do it.
I mean, it's crazy.
Oh, I do think that was a thing there, wasn't it?
It's a thing every time we go.
Yeah,
it takes 20 minutes to get a car.
Yeah. Well, in that case, I'm driving drunk.
Yeah. If Timberlake was in Chicago, I would relate to this.
I'd say,
but yeah, man, it could have been me.
What's your limit? How many minutes when it pops up on the Uber are you like, motherfucker?
Oh, 5.
8 for me.
5.
8 is like I'm enraged. If I see 8 minutes or more, I'm like, this is what is this fucking medieval times? 8 minutes for an Uber?
But Chicago, and I talk like it's a thing. Cause I talked to the guys at the office about it. I was like, what the fuck is like? Because it's always 8 to 10 minutes, and then they always cancel at least once, and then they never know where you are. I mean, we were there for 3 days. Every time we got an Uber, it was an ordeal.
Yeah. Yeah, when they loop around, when you see them.
And it's not just Chicago. It's basically every city but New York.
Yeah. New York just figured it out. The fact that New York knew to build a subway like 1 billion years ago and make the city like a perfect grid, basically, when there was like still no running water and electricity, is pretty fucking good. They had some serious foresight on that one. That is good on you.
That's like when I was in Ireland, and they're talking about how Dublin is becoming the new, like, London, so to speak, as far as, like, major brands go. Because of Brexit, major brands have to have a headquarters in the EU, so they had to put another one, and Ireland made the most sense. It's an English-speaking country. It's right there, blah, blah, blah. So Dublin's got a lot of big companies coming. And one of the cab drivers was explaining that he's like, we don't have anywhere to fucking put everybody. We don't have any. It's like traffic's
we're not like
crazy everywhere. We're not. We don't
like
have
a little town.
He's like, we can't do a subway. We can't do so. It's just traffic's just fucking insane now.
I think if you don't start with a subway, I don't think you can do a subway.
Yeah,
it's like it's you have to go under the fucking ground. I mean, it's impossible. You ever see that movie On Time?
Oh yeah,
it's a good movie.
Yeah, it's pretty solid.
Yeah,
I only saw it once or twice, but I liked it.
think, or I should say, it's a good concept.
Yeah.
Like I think if you got maybe some better actors or whatever and did it like with the right people. Like if Christopher Nolan did that movie, it would be fucking banging.
Yeah.
That movie is what like I think Tenet should have been. Tenet, I was like, I don't know what's going on. There's fucking there's like objects that can time travel now. I don't know what's going on. But On Time made a lot of sense.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't very well reviewed, but I liked it.
Oh, it has Cillian Murphy too. So maybe I shouldn't say better actors. Maybe I should just say later in their careers.
Oh, I don't remember Cillian Murphy.
Cillian Murphy, Justin Timberlake, Amanda Seyfried, Olivia Wilde.
Dude, one other thing, before I forget, hotels need to stop having throw pillows.
Throw pillows?
Yeah.
Why?
Because you know, like the little pillows they put at the front of the pillows you'll use when you sleep. Like they're like.
I mean, I know what a throw pillow is, but I feel like hotels don't have those.
They're popping up a lot more.
That's
and
silly.
our hotel just had one.
Really?
That's silly.
Yeah. You know,
Well,
you
he's
that,
not gonna know.
That long brown pillow. That was like,
dude, at that age, like, I wouldn't be surprised if Pav slept on the floor. Didn't make it to the bed.
My last night there, my AC wasn't working. It was 90 degrees in Chicago that night, and it took me until midnight to be like, all right, something needs to happen. Because I was just sweating so much. And then I finally got my room fixed at or they put me in a different room at 1 a.m.
Oh,
I sat there
really?
for 4 hours just in 90 degrees,
Why?
just trying to fall asleep.
Why? Like when you're younger like that, you just don't give a fuck about anything.
I mean,
it's beautiful. Stay there as long as you can. It's like the pseudo adult version of Billy Madison. Like, stay here where you just don't care about anything. Oh,
when I first moved to New York, I didn't have an AC for 3 years.
Yeah.
I could have just gotten
3
one.
fucking years.
I would sleep in bed naked, and I sleep like this, so skin didn't touch skin, so it doesn't get so hot. No blankets, no nothing. But throw pillow, that longer brown pillow that was made of a different material.
The decorative pillows, yeah.
Because they don't clean those. Yeah. So stop putting those on my fucking bed.
Yeah, you throw them on the floor, and then you put them back
and then
on the bed.
Put them back. Or I don't know, look, when you go into a hotel room, you know everything's covered in cum.
Safe to assume.
But you know for sure the pillows are like someone's putting them between their legs or shit like that.
Yeah.
And there's no fucking pillowcase to change out.
Right.
So you're not changing that pillow.
Yeah.
You're not cleaning that pillow. Stop putting it on my other fucking pillows.
Great fucking point. It's a great fucking point. Those like the rugs are covered in cum. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Like
it's all
everything,
cum.
everything. It's almost made of cum.
Yeah.
I feel like you could like knock and like it would fall apart. It's just shattering, cum shattering.
It's like Mr. Freeze came in.
Yeah,
and
that's what I mean.
Mr.
Cryo.
Cum.
Everybody come. My boy did it. My boy's in the Final Four for the dozen
Yeah.
tonight. If you're listening on release day on Thursday, tonight will be is the champion, like the Final Four and the championship.
Final
right?
Four in the championship. Read tonight.
My boy nailed the final question to beat the Yak. To beat the Yak, and he did it for everybody like 32 and up who was trying to masturbate to FX shows back in the day. The answer to the question was nip tuck. So anybody who grew up in our generation where it was like not quite internet porn yet and you needed to scramble to find some sort of material, nip tuck was primo.
Dude, Nip Tuck was. I mean, Christian Troy is I'm embarrassed to admit this now, but there's a time in my life Christian Troy was my god,
my hero. like in like 8th grade graduation. Like, what do you want to be when you grow up? Christian Troy.
Yeah.
You mean a doctor? No, specifically him. I want to be the doctor that bills pussies.
One time I watched him fuck a transvestite, and he noticed she was trans because he could tell her pussy was made by a man.
He could feel it with his dick. His dick knew the pussy was synthetic,
and so he stopped fucking her. So he just stopped fucking. He's like, no way, that pussy's man-made. I was like, at that time, I was probably a virgin, I would have to guess. And I was like, oh my god, I hope my dick ages a lot, and because I can't tell anything. like, how the fuck? And guess what? As I've gotten older, no. I'd have no fucking idea. I don't even know if it's a pussy or a butthole, let alone a fucking.
I can't tell if I'm in, if I'm out, which hole I am in.
Yeah, it'll take me 3 thrusts to realize it fell out.
God. That's funny. Yeah, but it was one of those
back-to-back tournaments too. I got. Don't give me TV with that's if
TV with the game on the line. It's over.
That's like it's like Barry Bonds said, walk me, dude. Mm-hmm. What?
Oh no!
Yeah.
Oh, so the tone was set early. I just watched the initial handshake between Will and Dan, where there's obviously been friction, and they tried to do the Trump, and he just fucking yanked him over. Oh no! Oh no!
It was a tone-setting move,
dude. You can't do that,
dude. I don't know why this time was different because I played in the dozen tournament last time, and
it was fun last time, and this time it's real.
This was exceptionally fun, but I was so juiced up.
Yeah,
like I had nervous energy, I was bouncing around. I don't know, not just this match, both matches.
They've got their thing going on with the beer Olympics, and they were on Unnamed together, and they were like kind of fighting it. Oh, that's an all-time picture.
Dana Beers puts the team on his back. We're all the time, dude.
Yeah, he's really good, right?
Dana's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Dana has a legit right to the MVP.
Yeah, because he has that like savant brain when it comes to just names and
he knows
shit.
He knows sports.
He knows every draft pick. He knows every player. He knows every team.
Yeah,
that shit.
Baseball, he's very sufficient. Basketball, he's can't miss. Football, he's really good. Like it's Dana's a fucking force. Do you hear what he said to them?
No.
He goes to Dan. He goes, "Fuck you, you're fat." To Shay, he goes, "Fuck you, you're nerd." Well, I like you. As I'm saying it out loud, I'm realizing it's kind of the.
You're cool. Fuck
but
you,
it didn't feel like that in the moment, so I don't know if it was a reference or not. Speaking of Jayson Tatum,
dude,
I saw Bomani Jones make an interesting point where he was like, "This is how it's gonna be," and maybe I don't know.
I was going to ask you about this because I thought it was very obvious, but I didn't know if Boston fans were going to be like, you guys are making like something out of nothing. But you saw that and you were like, this is cringy.
I was still, I didn't see a lot of this until the next day, but we were still watching the TV when he did like the KG reenactment. And that was the first thing that came to mind.
That was terrible. He did the What They Gonna Say Now, which was like Angel Reese just did that.
Oh, it's Steph Curry,
Angel Reese, whatever. And then there's another clip of him. He's like, it's like when they first like the when the clock expires, and he's like this, and you see him look up and see the camera, and then go back, and then grab Deuce, and it's like the compilation said, "Bro was farming for an iconic moment."
I mean, he was,
and then the picture. There's a picture too of him, like come on, like.
But that one's unfair. So the picture, I think you can do that with anybody with the trophy.
Yes,
everyone hugs the trophy. You can isolate it and put next to Kobe hugging the trophy, and next to MJ hugging the trophy, and all that. The quotes, the actual quotes, are for sure a fair criticism. The picture, I don't think is.
We have to stop recreating photos, especially the Kobe one. Like, I don't get it at all. Because maybe the first time someone did it might have been cool. Now, every single time someone wins a trophy, they do the Kobe.
Did you see a Caitlin Clark one when she, like... It was like when she won, like, the Iowa Big Ten championship or something. They tried to, like... They tried to do the side-by-side. Like, I mean, it's like... It was like... Like that, you can't do that.
Yeah, that is...
You can't be doing that.
But what Bomani Jones said was... And I don't know, maybe now I'm thinking about it, maybe not, but he's like, when a generation is raised on memes, you can't be surprised that's how they think.
They think in terms of
memes.
But, like, it's just so contrived, like... I
think ultimately, and this is fine, I think Jayson Tatum's just not that cool a guy. He's just great at basketball.
He's very Drake-esque.
Yeah. Like, I think even Drake's, like, I think Drake can be cool.
Well, yes. For sure. Drake can definitively be cool. But he also does some, like, corny shit. I think there's also a difference, though. Jayson Tatum would be... I mean, he's not... It's not that he's not beloved, whatever. This is all just like splitting hairs here. But he would be beloved if he was just like, I'm kind of like a quirky weird dude.
Yeah.
Like
I went to fucking Duke and I play basketball. Yeah. I'm good at that.
Right.
Fantastic, dude.
Right. Exactly that. He's Mets fans do it a lot with Pete Alonso. Pete Alonso always tries to like make a moment, be cool, and rap lyrics and like grab the bat and like put it to his head and like focus.
Yeah, exactly.
Just fucking mash. Yeah. Just be like, I'm the kind of like thick, goofy dude, and I mash, and people would love that. Yeah, you have to know. Like, I'm not even saying don't think in terms of your brand and the memes and shit. Like, I don't think I would do that. I think I would just like live it and go. But if you want to be conscious of it, fine. But take a look at yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And be like, okay, what role am I going to be on the internet? Am I going to be like the cool, swaggy guy who like gives the rah-rah speech and hits you with the good quote? I'm not that guy.
Yeah.
But what I am is like I'm the corny guy, like the goofy guy who knows it. That's your lane. Like you gotta.
They're actually
I think okay. So I know what you're saying, but I think we're at the point, maybe like starting now, like he just said. You can't hug the fucking trophy because you're gonna get the Kobe.
But you gotta hug the trophy.
I don't think you have to like hug the trophy. I think you can raise the trophy. You can grab. I don't think like putting your face up against the trophy anymore is because you're just gonna get that treatment.
Yeah, I mean, I think that, but that's, I don't know. I can. It's a huggable trophy. The Stanley Cup you can't really hug.
Yeah,
the Stanley Cup.
Like a little,
the Stanley Cup you lift.
It's like a human.
Larry O'Brien. It feels like a hug.
It's got a head and a body. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, everything else is very.
But what do you think it is that like? It's got to be internet related. That like, is that a real text or no?
So the I got you today text, right?
The what?
Jayson Tatum texting Kobe. So Jayson Tatum used to text Kobe, I got you today, just when he was dead, just to like, and it would just and like that, and he would post it. Like it's not like he would just do it and there was like a report about it. He would genuinely post like him texting Kobe. And, like,
he's not that. Like, you're good at basketball, man, and that's awesome.
Right. Don't try anything else. But I guess it's like when you grow up with the internet and see everything and see people getting. It's a long way to say what Bomani Jones said about growing up seeing memes, but it's like you're almost like it forces you to act that way. You know what I mean? Like it's all like why do you not try to make your own moment and recreate it?
Yeah.
And I think it's because you've seen every moment growing up and remember all those moments and how much attention that got and what a reaction that got, and it's like I just want that,
right?
So I'm going to
right.
do that rather than just being like I'm going to let this experience happen to myself and see what I say and see what I do. It's like
the KG one in particular is bad because like the KG one itself was tough,
right?
The KG one itself, like
that
despite the fact that it became crazy popular, it felt pretty forced that moment.
Well, wasn't it the Adidas thing? He fucked up,
that's
right?
what
That's the rumor.
I think, and I think
Impossible
other
is
people
nothing.
think. Yeah,
He said
he was an
anything
Adidas
is possible.
athlete. Impossible is nothing was their tagline. He said anything is possible. I think he was
I'm pretty
supposed to
sure.
say
I'm sure the guys at Adidas were like, "No, motherfucker!" That's like Dave yesterday with the Derek White shirts. So good.
What was that?
He tried to put a shirt on sale that said, I get mixed up now. Heroes get remembered, but legends never die. And that's the quote.
Yeah.
And he said like, legend. Can we get that back up? It's so funny. It's so Dave. Just go to his media and pick the Derek White shirts. And he put it like on sale and everything. It just goes to show. Yeah, click the Derek White shirt.
Oh wait, no.
That's the correct one.
That's the correct one. And then
Heroes die, legends live forever. and you know that people like merch was just like whatever Dave says.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
And then everyone, like the whole world was obviously like, that's not the quote, you asshole. Heroes die. Your hero will be dead one day, but if he's a legend, he lives forever. I said I want that one.
Yeah.
Like now that's the good thing to have. And I was arguing with Dave. Of course, Dave wanted to do. We did our Monday rundown, and then they win. And he's like, "You guys want to do a Tuesday rundown?" I wonder why. It's been a while since the championship rundown, and so we do it. And he's talking about the whole experience, and I don't doubt that I know this was a big one specifically. This was a medium one specifically because of Kyrie. There was some juice there. There was nothing came of it, so there was really nothing to remember. It was just like a thumping of Kyrie.
Yeah.
So it's just like vanquished. It's just done, So I don't doubt that Dave was feeling emotion. But I said to him, there's no fucking way. You can tell me all you want, the next banner is the most important one, and it feels the same way. It doesn't. It's like, you can't. And I'm not saying that. I'm not even knocking you. I'm saying when you're 45 and this is number 14, your body, your brain, your heart, whatever, will not produce the same feeling as the first 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I don't know. There's no way that it's the same. And I feel like that, and I know it was a gentleman's sweep and a blowout elimination game, but the video of the gambling cave going viral of you guys just being like, yes, we did it, is...
It's hard for me to say because it's obviously for me the Celtics does not hit the same.
Yeah,
that's that clip. That clip in particular is pretty hard. It was a concern of mine even being
you
there.
are half asleep.
Yeah, we'd been at the office that day since
the yawn.
That was a long day, but I was concerned with my presence there because I thought maybe I'd bring down the vibes just because I'm not as into it. Right, so I thought maybe they want to watch it with just Celtics maniacs. A couple of the guys were like, "No, you should stay," so I stayed. So this is like this, but also to react to this clip, this is. I mean, they've won every game by 20 points.
Yeah.
It's been 2 months of just beatdowns.
No, I get that. I get that.
But this is similar to how we reacted, me, Dave, and Carabas when the Sox won in 2018, where it was just like. When they're foregone conclusions, I think the Sox won in 6, maybe.
But okay, all that. If this was somebody's first championship, you're still going bananas when the clock hits 0, because it's your chance to do that. You have to do that.
I guess.
And you guys don't because you've done it.
So
a million times.
The difference would be like we know how we react when it wasn't a beatdown. So in this one, you're kind of like, well, feel forced to get it
absolutely
here.
Whereas it's like Jayson Tatum looking for the reaction versus like you just when you've never had a championship and it happens, you're not going to just be like, well, it was a beatdown, so I'm not going to, you're like, we're going to pop bottles, we're going to fucking jump and cry and all that shit because it's never happened.
But to say, like, my 12th championship was a lot better than my 8th. So it's not that the numbers don't get, like, it just depends on the situation. The number doesn't matter. It's situational.
I can understand situations.
If the Bruins win next year, that'll be much better for me than, obviously, this. That'll be better for me than 20. I'll go more nuts than I did for 2018 Sox. I'll go more nuts.
But that's also changing, like, sports also matters depending on how much you're rooting for it. I just don't think you can recreate, like, this, like, the city. It was the curse. The Patriots were bums. Like, it was an entire overhaul of, like, your identity at this point.
Yeah, to an extent. Yeah, but, like, it's very specific to the moment. Because again, the 2017 Super Bowl was a lot fucking better than the 2004 Super Bowl for me. It was a lot better than 2013.
Because that was like the Deflategate and all that shit.
Yeah. Was like, those were. I went crazier for that. It was a better game. It was all that's coming back from.
Well, that's also what's the craziest part about the Boston run is that it's usually also, like, extremely dramatic.
Yeah,
it's not just like this. This is
like,
very rare.
This is a beatdown from game 1 of the NBA season. Yeah, not from game 1 of the playoffs. Not from game 1 of the series. Like,
right.
This was game 1 of the season. Everyone just going. I mean, it's crazy for me. I probably watched 7 games all year, counting the playoffs. And but I followed along on Twitter. I follow people who like the Celtics, and it seems like everyone just
knew it.
No, I know the opposite. Everyone's like, this team sucks. This team sucks. While they just kept beating everyone by 2. They won more games by 25, I think, than they lost games.
That's crazy. That is crazy. They're the in the last, like, 30-something years, there's the 03 Pistons, the Kawhi Leonard Raptors, and now these guys are the only teams to win a title with a roster that doesn't have an MVP or a Defensive Player of the Year or a Rookie of the Year. Like, they have no hardware on their team. And now there's obviously a Finals MVP.
Despite being, though, I believe they were first in offensive efficiency and first in defensive efficiency.
Yeah, they're just like a very well-rounded
great team.
Yeah. But to not, like, every, like, for like almost like 30 or 40 years, everybody has had almost an MVP, like, every time.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's nuts. Gametime is the official ticketing partner of Barstool Sports. The Mets are 1 game out of the playoffs. Woo. Grimace. We're in our Grimace era. So if you want to go see the Mets, you can do so. You want to go see the Yankees, who are absolutely going to win the World Series this year. I'm just resigned to the fact. You can go get tickets there. If you're going to go see your favorite comedian, if you're going to go see Bruce Springsteen on tour for the 50th time, like Steve, you can do it because Gametime is the best outlet to get tickets to the next big event. It's fast and easy, and you can get tickets to sports, music, comedy, theaters.
I'm scrolling the app right now. T-Pain is at Asbury Park at the Stone Pony this weekend.
T-Pain was on our guest list.
I know.
If we can get T-Pain here, I would be very excited. T-Pain at the Boss's Stomping Grounds, the Stone Pony, is awesome.
Merrily, also former
Blackout Tour, yeah.
We got Merrily We Roll Along, won Tony this past weekend, best musical revival. It's fantastic. I've seen it. It's really good. Daniel Radcliffe, he won best actor in a musical, perhaps. Jeremy Strong won best actor in Enemy of the People. Pavs didn't like that one. All of
it, dude. And any sort of live ticketing event, Gametime has you covered. They have flash deals where there will be sudden discounts. They have zone deals for wherever you might be geographically, and they have the lowest price guarantee, which means if you find the same seat on a different outlet that's cheaper than Gametime, they will take the difference between the 2 tickets and give you 110% of that. So you make an extra 10% on the money that you're spending. So the best place for the last-minute tickets with up to 60% off your events. So what are you waiting for? Go to Gametime now. Download the app. Use promo code KFC and get $20 off your first purchase. Download the Gametime app today. Last-minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed. So you got your chance. Where will you put a dozen championship? Where will that rank?
Dozen be really high.
Honestly,
personally, it'd be pretty high.
Dude, doing like the dozen is obviously funny because it's like the rest of the world won't care, but you're doing something, as opposed to just sitting there and rooting for it. So it may be this silly fake work trivia league, but at this point, it's something that's very important to like Barstool people, and you are accomplishing it. So I'd rank it. If I was you, I'd rank it over like one of those middle Patriots Super Bowls, like whatever, dude.
On things like that, I just meant personally
against Carolina, like one of those games of like whatever, dude.
It'll be. I'm jacked up. I'm excited. I do have to thank Jersey Jerry, and this isn't on some like I kept the receipt shit. I genuinely mean this. After the first match, I played terrible, and Jerry was just like, "Yeah, if Feits does something next match, maybe you guys will win." And he was right. I played bad.
In the playoffs or the first match of the season?
In the playoffs. So after we beat XYZ, I played awful that match. Awful. And Jerry mentioned it in the post-game speech, post-game conference.
You remember?
And I was just like, he's right. I gotta fucking play better. Like it's. I think the keeping the receipt
stuff.
The dozen
is crazy. The dozen is so funny. Like if you were to be, if you're like on a date and talking about it or something, people would be like, these people are such fucking losers. This is so insane. But it's awesome.
It's well earned. You know, obviously credit to Jeff and credit to the league. Like. It for everything I do here, it's probably the most positivity I get. Like, every time I meet a fan in public, like when I meet our own fans, they're sometimes rude.
Bro,
and
our own fans are the meanest.
like every meet and greet, there will be someone where you're like, "What the fuck did you say that for?"
Totally.
Dozen fans never once.
Well, you also have like the team.
But they're very nice and it's a lot of fun.
Yeah. But like that, I think that experience, like I don't think people go up to like the Minahans team being like, you guys are so much fun to watch. I think the Booze Ponies are the perfect blend of guys where it's like, we want you to win, you're fun to watch. Because I also think some people, it's about winning at this point for sure. But you still got to put on a little bit of a show. And I think some teams forgot about that. Yeah. You guys always are fun.
Well, ours is just, we're genuinely three dumb people. And we're so surprised every time we do
I know.
We get so excited. I know that.
I was talking to Jackie because we were watching like the first round right before we were recording. And it was like, I can't remember which teams. But they just went bam, 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 bam. Like 4, 5, 6 in a row. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And I was like, I just don't remember that or know that. And these people in this league remember everything. Yeah. and when I do get one right, I'm like, I don't remember. But some of these people just remember all of these sports stats, draft picks, names, numbers, like all of that. And they're just like, yeah, I know that. That's crazy. Because to me, all the questions
are
like,
how your day was?
Yeah.
And you're like, fine.
Yeah. When I get them right, it's still 90% of the time, it's like a Hail Mary. I'm very rarely am I like, bam, I got the answer.
Yeah.
And so when these teams, just all of them, know every single one, I'm like, how does your brain retain all of that? I don't know if it's an age thing or if it's just you either do or you don't do that. But I could see you guys though every time being like, oh, we got it right. Whoa. But at this point, I think this is where you guys go from the lovable underdogs to the come on, you can't be surprised now.
We're like Taylor Swift.
Yeah, Taylor Swift winning her 25th Grammy.
I was like, whoa, I fucking didn't know that.
Well, everybody everybody called you guys dumb and sold you guys short, and then it was like, so you guys probably started to think that too. It makes sense that Dana's a weird sports savant. You know all pop culture and entertainment. Will's going to have a bunch of sports knowledge, like. That's what the dozen mostly is.
Right.
It's a little bit of that and mostly skewed sports. So the Booze Ponies make sense.
But that's why, because I do love the dozen fans so much and I love the team so much, I'm genuinely heartbroken that I'm going to have to zoom in.
Well, if you win the championship, John, where will you be celebrating?
I will be in Paris.
Paris, France, to celebrate. You'll be on the Champs- Élysées popping a bottle.
And I mean this dead seriously. I genuinely, if this was a vacation, I would move it. It would in a heartbeat. Because I'm a single guy with no family. Who gives a fuck if I go to Paris this week or next?
Yeah.
Like I'm going for a wedding. I'm going for a good friend's wedding. People have been.
Did you feel it out with him?
What?
To be like, maybe what would happen if I didn't show up?
No.
There's not even an option.
No, that's not an option. That like as much as I want the fans to be happy and like me, I want the people in my life to like me more.
But like, if it was what level of friend would you skip their wedding?
I texted the Booze Bunny about this. I was like, if it was a family wedding where like it's like a cousin I don't really know that well or some shit, I'd skip it in a heartbeat. If it was a big wedding where I wouldn't be missed, I'd skip it in a heartbeat.
Right.
If it was a friend who I was like kind of friends with, I'd skip it in a heartbeat. Like, I was on the bachelor party. Like, this is a pretty fucking. It's a small, intimate wedding, or almost house small. It's under 100 people. I was on the bachelor party. I'd be missed. Yeah. It's it's crazy. It would, and people at the office were funny. Where like Will, Dana, and Jeff were busting my balls because they obviously want me to stay, and I completely understand that.
Yeah.
But they weren't doing it with any sincerity. Like, you're really gonna go? Mm-hmm. There were some people like that, and I was like, does anyone know how to operate outside of these walls?
Honestly,
like, I have a real friend who I'm not gonna fucking let down. Because
dude, that's I mean. Looking back in 10 or 15 years or whatever, being like, I missed a good friend's wedding in Paris for my work trivia league.
The wedding's actually in Auch, A-U-C-H, but I will be in Paris at the time of the Zoom.
Yeah,
it is, like,
there are people here. I mean, it consumes their life as they know it. Like, nothing else matters. That's crazy.
And I truly tried my best. Jeff tried his best. There is just no way I can be in Chicago Thursday night until 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, so the flights don't get out after.
Maybe we should charter that PJ for you.
Dana texted me this morning, being like, if I can crowdsource with PJ, can you stay? And I was like, yeah, absolutely.
How much does a PJ cost?
For a 9-hour flight? Because the PJ would have to take me to near Auch, not near Paris, because I missed the train and shit. I would imagine, I don't know, over $100,000.
Yeah, that's too much. I have no idea how much those things cost. So if it was somewhat within reason, I would, long jet range, $120,000. The VIP airliner starts at $280 for just one flight. God damn.
Yeah, I remember seeing a Chrissy Teigen tweet where she was going to Japan from LA. And she was flying commercial. And everyone's like, why are you flying commercial? She's like, do you know how expensive it is to fly private internationally?
People don't. Because they never have even seen that, price. If it was like $25,000 or something like that, we would get this done. But can't be throwing around $120,000 for a flight.
Right. It's
now, if Dave wants the dozen to be the best product possible, maybe you should think about it.
It is... It's very devastating. It will honestly but I can't be there Thursday night and in Auch Saturday afternoon. It can't.
There's just no flight.
Other people looked, so I'm not just kind of skipping out. Other people looked. There's no way to get me to both places, and I can't miss my wedding. I'd be a truly bad person.
Yeah. Could you imagine telling them, be like, I got a work thing,
right?
And they're like, oh wow, what is it Tom Brady's joining Barstool or something. It's like, oh, it's my trivia league.
I hope people understand that. I will be there on Zoom,
but you know what? It Zoom, you lose a little bit for sure, but it also adds this wrinkle of let's say, God willing, you guys do win. You'll be alone at what time will it be?
By the time both matches are done, by 5:30 in the morning, 6 in the morning.
5:30 in the morning in a Parisian hotel, screaming at your lungs, But there's gonna be somebody who's just hearing through the walls, like, "Fucking booze pony, let's fucking go!" So funny, man. It is how is that gonna work with? There's times when you can kind of huddle up, and you can't do that. Right?
I can't do it. There's not too much huddling that gets done.
Could there be headphones or something like that?
I don't know. I thought maybe I can text them, but I completely understand the implications of that. If I'm on my phone, people would think I'm Googling stuff. Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe I'll just say stuff out loud. I don't know.
Send a dozen representative with you to sit in the room and make sure you're not cheating. Now we're flying 2 people to Paris.
That's not a bad idea. Send someone. Because you can get... it'd have to be someone who's willing to fly.
Send one of these question writers. That, Jeff has his team.
And I'll put that out there. I will absolutely allow a dozen question person to sit in my room with me if I can text them my thoughts.
No, I if it wasn't Paris, I remember Howie Mandel has that hologram machine.
Yeah. That's a good idea.
I've been talking to the creator of that. It's called like Protogram, and they have figured it out a way where there's no lagging, and it's in a box where you can like stand there, and it looks fucking real. But I don't think they have a setup in Paris. But if it was like New York to LA, I think we could have done it and I was going to try to get the box set up just to the left of your fucking podiums, and you would just be there.
That would have been awesome.
But
that was a good idea.
I'll text him and be like, you don't happen to have something in Paris like right now, do you? But that would have been cool. If Hologram Feits wins a championship, oh man, it'd be amazing. So yeah, we'll see. Now, who are you going to face? You don't know yet?
We face Uptown Balls, first of all, who I believe waxed us this year. They're good.
That's former champions, right? Former MVP. Yeah. Tommy, Glenny, and Smitty. That was a funny moment in our final match when we didn't know an answer for a football question, so we phoned a friend, and we just panicked looking out in the crowd, and we chose Tommy for like a 2004, maybe 2006, I forget. See, this is why people like the Booze Bunnies.
Wide receiver drafted.
You're still so dumb.
Tommy walked out and he's like, why?
Yeah,
why did you pick me? I have no idea.
Now, was Ken Jack's phone a friend sabotage on purpose?
I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't
really?
know.
Because that I was like, that's Jessica Biel.
Yeah, that one, I heard Alba and went, they got it. And then,
really?
But then I took a beat and was like, wait, no, it's Beal. And
I mean, it is possible because it's the Jessicas. But I thought Ken Jack was on his bullshit again.
But it is. I mean, like the dozen is. I mean, I don't think I even told you this in the first match. I wouldn't have gotten a question unless Will got me started. Law-abiding citizen.
You almost missed law-abiding citizen.
The question was phrased incorrectly. But that didn't matter. To be totally honest, that didn't matter to me. I saw Gerard Butler. I saw Jamie Foxx. I knew what movie it was. I didn't have a guess. I was like, I know. I'm playing the movie in my head right now. I don't have a guess.
What did Will say to get you going?
He's like, it's like a lawyer, law. It's like law-abiding citizen. Yeah,
that's why you do need the teammates aspect, because you can get kickstarted. But when KB and Nick were like. I don't know. I want to talk to Ken Jack about that. That felt like another sabotage.
So I was just listening to the episode where Jackie was talking about how the cop made her tell her mom what was happening at the makeout point and how he was pretty much a perv standing there and listening. So I have a story that reminded me of. I was 16 years old in the gym overflow parking lot, because that was our spot at the time, with my boyfriend. And a cop knocked on our window, and my boyfriend jumped into the front seat and grabbed all of our clothing. So I was completely naked, pussy out, tits out. I had to cover myself with my Algebra 2 textbook, and rolled on the window and pretty much just said, "Hey, officer, like, how you doing?" And he pretty much, because my boyfriend was older, he made sure that I was safe, and that this was consensual. And then we went home, and I'm scarred for life. Now this adult man has seen my 16-year-old tits, and I still see him from time to time around town. So that's really fun.
There's a reason.
So I guess my question is, like, what is the most compromising position that you've been found in?
There's a reason why she remembered Algebra 2. Like that whole scene is going to be burned into your brain for the rest of your life.
When you're a girl and someone like walks in on you naked, what do you cover? You go both?
You got to go one hand over the nips.
Like if you had a book, what do you going?
I think if you're sitting in a car, you could kind of do both.
I would, if I had a book, I would always cover tits.
Well, I think you can kind of cross your legs and cover tits.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah. I don't think I've had that other than the cop thing. I guess I go.
Guys don't have to decide. It's just.
Our nipples are fine and your nipples are forbidden.
But I feel like even like our nipples are fine now.
The nip's out.
It's definitely I mean, you can't. It's not.
I don't know.
You can't just go walking around with your nips out, but you can kind of go walking around with your nips out. Depends on the situation and whatnot. Most compromising.
I mean, I haven't caught jerking off before. But like not caught. Like
you like throw a blanket over. But like everyone, it's not. It's like I've never been caught like cranking it,
Yeah.
but everybody knows what was going on 1 second before you walked in there.
Right.
Yeah, I had that.
I had sex on a futon once when someone was on it, and he was just like halfway through sex, he was like, "Do you guys think I don't know you're having sex right now?" Like he was awake watching TV. Like it was like the morning. Like it was a share house where like we woke up in the morning. He had slept in a bed, woke it up, got some coffee. Like we were sleeping on a futon, so we just sat on that, and he was just like,
What are you doing?
"What are you doing?" But I guess that's not really caught. That's like trying to be sneaky, understanding full well. I guess that's what caught is. But again, we didn't.
I mean,
we got started. He was already sitting down.
My most compromising position is the Gaz getting his dick sucked. It's not me. It's me being forced to endure him being in a compromised situation. I remember I got head once on an aero bed, and it was like a post-college weekend where all like couples and people all got together, and I'm just like, I would never do that. Like people laying all around us, you know? And it's just like, did I have to get my dick sucked right then and there? Like, whatever. Maybe I'm old and washed and there's no spark or flame anymore, but it's like, can you just not get one blowjob right fucking now in front of a bunch of people who, you know, you're basically like eye raping? Like, I think we got away with it, but why? You know? My high school girlfriend had a little brother, and he was throwing stuff at her bedroom door to like knock against it to be like, I can hear you.
Really?
Yeah, so that was weird. I was like, he was old enough to know what was going on, and I was young. And, like, I had to, like, talk to him, you know? Like, give him, like, a talk. I was like, you're, like, 5 years younger than me. The fuck, man?
I don't think I've ever been caught in, like, a compromising position, ever. Not ever. I've been caught in a lot of compromising positions, but...
What about you guys? You ever been arrested?
Have I ever been arrested?
Like
in Mexico. Well, I wasn't arrested. I ran from the cops. I've told you this before. Yeah. My friends were pissing. We were all pissing.
Oh, yeah. You didn't even try to hold on to that one.
Yeah. And then, I didn't get arrested this time, but my buddy got pulled over. I'm coming home, driving home, senior year. And then we ended up, like,
drunk?
Drunk. Or he had, like, 2 shots. I didn't know it. And then the cop brought us home. And then my dad came down in his underwear. I thought I was going to get away with it, too. So I was, like, walking in so, like, quietly. And then the cop just came, like, out of the car and, like, banged on the door to make sure.
That sucks. My friends once, did some Grand Theft Auto, like, hide until the stars go away. They, I think it was, like, drunk driving or speeding. While they were definitely drunk, whatever it was. And they, like... saw the lights go up, and they like made a turn and then like pulled off they parked it and got out of the car and laid like in a little grassy area, and they waited like he kind of went back and forth a couple times and then gave up.
We did that once, throwing snowballs at cars, and we hid in the bushes of a house, or hid behind the bushes. You know what I mean, like in their yard, kind of
like the hedges or whatever.
Yeah, and then the owner of the house came out, and it was the sheriff.
Oh, you picked the wrong house.
He's like, you guys know I'm the sheriff, right? And I actually did. I knew it was Sheriff Tom Hodgson.
You did it anyway?
I didn't know. Like, once I saw him, I was like, fuck, this is the goddamn sheriff's house.
Yeah.
But he's actually the sheriff who, I believe, announced that Aaron Hernandez died. At least he was in...
famous.
He definitely did press conferences about Aaron Hernandez. Bristol County. Yeah, I forget compromising position. Speaking of the opposite of compromising positions, I thought that was cool. She was painting. I like that. A painting looked nice.
I do like it, but she painted like one stroke and then stopped.
Yeah. But that
looks like I'm gonna make it look like I painted this thing, but I didn't. She painted one stroke, and I think it was already painted. I think she painted over it. That would be cool though. If you don't want to show your face, show yourself doing some sort of skill. Like that line's already painted.
I like that painting though. I like the colors.
Yeah.
I don't really know what it is, but I like
It's
the
probably
colors.
a printed fucking tablecloth.
No,
That's what it is.
You don't have
The rest of it's all perfectly dry while she puts her hand on it.
You don't have paintbrushes that thin if you're not doing painting.
I have paintbrushes that thin in fucking Shay's.
Doing painting.
Yeah, but she's doing the painting.
I forget. Pastors did something that reminded me of something I had said earlier. This is just a complete aside. We had to do like a talk with the interns the other day, and
Right.
we had a
Ice cream social.
ice cream social, and they're having like people come in and give like talks or whatever, and it was me, Keegs, and Pat. And right before it, Kim, who's the head of people, was like, "So you guys just to give a little speech?" And I was like, "I don't have a speech. Like I thought we were just
also
talking."
like I could see Pat being like, "What the fuck do you want?" You know, that was not Keegs will talk.
Yeah.
I would not pick the other two guys to do to give a speech to the kids.
But there was someone asked a question. So anyway, we got in there like we don't really have anything to say. You guys ask questions. Enjoy the ice cream. Let's talk. And someone
I thought we were beyond this. I thought we were beyond this. I thought we put an end to these things.
But someone asked a question. I forget exactly how they phrased it, but it was something along the lines of like, how do you deal with work-life balance and in this career, in this profession, and how do you deal with comments and all that kind of shit? And I explained you have to kind of learn who you are as a person. Like some people love hate and love getting booed and all that stuff. Some people can take criticism, some people can't. I was like, it took me a long time, but I figured out blah 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 all that shit. And I was like, as for like. I was like, you just gotta like find the little moments and just like really hold on to them. Like I was like every night at 10:30, I just get so happy for a minute, and I thought I was saying something like that's a good thing, like that's nice, and everyone was like,
whole room was like, this is sad.
Jesus Christ!
Every day for 60 seconds, I'm happy. Bro, those kids were probably like, I quit. I fucking quit right now.
I honestly meant it as like earnest, like wholesomely as I can. We're like, hey, you got like, there's gonna be these little moments, and just like hold on to those.
Oh my God, John.
And because it's 100% true. Like, it's not that like 10:30 happens and I look at the clock and I'm like, now I'm happy. I get happy. I get a fleet. And,
Yeah,
and honestly, I would say like I'm generally happy right now. Like I'm pretty more happy than I've probably been in like 20 years. And it's still at 10:30. There's a difference.
You've had 2 pints of ice cream, 3 ice pops, and a bunch of cookies. That's what it is.
No, it's before I start snacking.
Well, you're about to. Then your body knows what's coming. Let's go.
I'm always like, I just get this rush, and I'm like, oh man, I'm happy. And every time I look at the phone, it's like 10:28, 10:32. It's like always at 10:30.
I mean, there probably literally is something then, though, about the levels of food or whatever going on in your body that, like, if it's the same time every time, that's fucking so depressing.
Like, even Keeks and Pat were like, what the fuck, dude?
I have 7 minutes. I have 7 minutes of happiness a week. Out of hundreds of hours.
Pretty good gig, guys.
I do love sometimes. I'm like, I feel like everybody kind of comes here a little bit like bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, and then, they see the real of it, and they're like, Jesus Christ, And I'm like, what do you think, we're lying? We're not hiding it. It's not like we come on these shows and we're like, it's fucking great, and we're so happy. We're like, this is fucking terrible. And then people get here, and within 6 months, like, this is fucking terrible. I told you. How are you? Do you still have... How did you come into this? Like, we've definitely had, and it's usually more females that come in, but we've definitely had people come in who are like, Jackie did it, Ellie Schnitt before her did it. Like, I'm going to, like, change you guys. I'm going to, like, get you guys to be, like, happy and positive, and then, like, within 6 months, they're just, like, zombies behind us.
Make everybody's life, like, tiny bit easier as a win.
All right.
Oh, yeah, you were in the room the whole time. Yeah. What did you think when I said that?
Come here.
as the soundbite, it doesn't sound great. But like, well, you think you tape your mouth shut, then at 10:30 you get really happy. But when the whole answer was actually a really good answer, and I thought you crushed it. By the way, you were really good at it. There was a lot of questions, and you faced them well.
What was there anything else that stood out?
There was one kid who the first question was, "Have you always?" He asked Pat, "Have you always been buying clicks, or did you just start that?" And Keeg stepped in right away and was like, "What's your name?" There's always one intern that tries to be funny and fails. That was tough.
I think he said that after Keegs had said that. Where Keegs it was like something along the lines of like, don't
try too hard.
Just like you're meeting any group of friends. You wait, feel it out, right? Like, don't come in like you're the star. And he's like, next question is like, Pat, you always buy clicks? And it was like, ooh, dude. Keeg's asking his name, and I'll be honest, I remember it.
What did she say?
She was like, what's your name? and then I think she gave him like a pat on the back on the way out. It was like, oh, now we've come with the other side where that was too mean because that kid's gonna think about that all the fucking time.
And did a callback later in the intern ice cream social back to that kid like 15 minutes later.
Yo, Kelly went nuts on Tate, huh?
Dude, you know what? It sucks.
She said, "I would kill you right now if I could." Like, holy fuck!
It doesn't suck because I would be awkward if I was there. But like 10 minutes before that happened, me, Will, Clemmer, and Marty went to lunch. And as I was walking out, I was like, "Keegs, you hungry?" And she had just eaten or whatever. So we walked out. Had a great lunch. Jimmy John's. Everyone was. Just guys having a good time. No one looked at their phones the whole time. We walked back in the office. Everyone's like, did you see that? I was like,
massacre.
Why didn't Keegs tell me there was going to be a fucking bloodbath? Well,
yeah.
Obviously, no one knew.
Well, wait. Let me just back up 1 second. Nobody was looking at their phones because they were watching that ghoul, Clemmer, eat a sandwich like a fucking pigeon. Like a duck like being fed at the park, right? So he opens it up, takes a knife, and cuts like the lunch meat, puts it in his mouth, and then rips the bread and puts that in his mouth?
Yeah, sometimes he'll pick up the bread and take a little nibble.
That's literally like you're a duck being fed at the pond.
It's
and you can see, like, this is the most clever video ever because he knows he's being videotaped. He knows what he's doing is weird, and then he drops the food on his plate, on his lap, and he tries to like hide it. He can't, and he's like, I know. I mean, this is insane, and he knows it. He keeps saying, I know.
Yeah,
but it's like, this is so nuts. And I thought at first it was like he's like on Atkins or cutting carbs or something. This is what he does all the time.
All the time. He actually had said
what
on the
stream...
stream...
What do you do about like tomatoes and lettuce? He just doesn't do that or something?
I don't know the answer to that.
Because that just feels like he's eating turkey and bread. That might have, like, I think it has mustard on it, but you're not going to get anything else.
It's like, it's actually funny that I ended up having lunch with him that day because he had been explaining this on the Celtics stream the night before, that he doesn't eat anything enclosed. He doesn't eat ravioli. He doesn't eat.
I get like he doesn't. He wants to know what is going in his mouth.
A quesadilla. He'd explained he'll open and eats open faced.
But is it because he doesn't know what's going?
I think he has to know.
Like, you made the sandwich. You know what it is.
But then look, everyone eats their own way. But he had exceptions to the rule that didn't really make a ton of sense. Like he likes a gusher, and I was like,
that's the ultimate like weird shit on the inside.
And then he said that was he's fine eating that because that's mass produced and everyone's the same. And I was like, well, by that logic, you should be able to eat Chef Boyardee ravioli.
Yeah.
And he disagreed with that, and he said it's a texture thing. It's very peculiar. And
I was gonna say, just say I'm weird.
Yeah, like, is anyone shocked?
No.
At Clemmer, love Clemmer. Is anyone shocked that he's
the weirdest guy in the
does
world.
some weird shit?
Yeah.
Although a real great moment with Clemmer right before we went to lunch was during the yak. I don't know what set this off, but Brandon came up and just started asshole pointing at Clemmer and trying to get the whole floor to do it. And because Clemmer, me, and Will were talking, and I don't know if Marty was there yet.
Reason?
What?
Because of this?
I don't know what. No. This was before this because it was before we went to lunch.
Okay.
I wasn't listening to the act, so I don't know what
was said,
got them to do that. But so when he came up, me and Will were kind of surprised, and then I think everyone was kind of surprised, but me and Will were sitting right there, and so no one joined in, and then it flipped We all flipped at each other, going, asshole
That's
at Brandon. And
That's great.
Clemmer has a little celebration. It's very funny.
Clemmer is one of my favorite people to come through here in years.
Yeah.
Years. I fucking love Clemmer. But Kelly and Tate finally had it out, and I only watched clips, so I don't know. There was no clips of Tate replying, but Kelly was fucking ripping, dude.
I still haven't gone back to watch it.
Kelly should get cast in like in a role. Like if I was ever writing a movie or a show or something, and you just need like a quick scene, like angry girlfriend or like scorned wife or fight in the boardroom or something,
buddy. Go through the Out of Order episodes. Keegs has played a lot of parts. There's one part she's played more than most.
That's funny. The Age of Elegance was great, by the way. Great accent.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I disagree with that.
I think it was a great accent. Yeah.
All around.
But like, if we said right, I think there's two Johns now. We it's like Loki. Like there's two variants. Like if I told you right now to do like a British accent, I don't think you could do it. But I think when you're in out of order mode, you can do it. I think you have like like a left and a right brain at this point, and you are like when you're in one setting you're one way, and in a different setting you're another way. Which I think that probably actually literally does happen because that's how life works. But like even the voiceover, I was like, this is a good British accent.
Well, thank you. I have no idea how to do a British accent. I don't know what.
Or whatever. It's a good accent. I'm sure people in England are going to be like, that's actually Cockney or some bullshit.
Yeah.
I don't fucking know.
Right. It's like
it sounds not American.
Watching a British movie and be like, that's not from Liverpool. That's Cockney or
right.
That's not Scouse. That's Cockney.
Although I do imagine like if you just tried to like lump American together. The South sounds different than the North sounds different than this and that. So I can understand that. But also it's like, I don't fucking know, man. That was a great skit.
Yeah, that was one of my favorites.
That was funny, yeah.
Your reaction, you're just a very good actor because it sounds genuine. Like you sounded like a guy being like, no wonder we didn't get it. He's wearing a fucking beanie. It's like it sounds so natural.
That clip in particular, when we watched that.
What does it say? I ate all the pussy or something?
Who ate all the pussy?
Yeah, he's wearing a hat that says who ate all the It's so good.
When he comes out, because we had been editing, and by we I mean I sit there and I watch Paz and Owen. But we'd seen that clip 200 times on Sunday.
Yeah.
And every single time it got a laugh out loud out of me.
Yeah.
Hands off my It's so
good.
KV's so goddamn funny. But yeah, that was fun.
Back to voicemails.
What's up, everybody? I was listening to the pod the other day when you guys were talking about the cricket team and how they're made up of just guys that do Uber and IT and shit. And it got me thinking about the World Baseball Classic and the teams who don't have major baseball leagues and how they're just like realtors and auditors and shit like that. And it got me thinking, if you could put together a team of any sport of a certain profession, what would it be? Like what sport and what line of work?
Well, that's a good question.
What the first thing comes to mind for me is like an offensive line of blue-collar union workers.
Yeah.
I think it would be pretty sweet.
What do you think is the most athletic
let me know.
profession that's not a sport?
Ooh.
It's funny because like you would think guys like union workers, construction guys would be like strong, but you've seen them; they're out of shape. They're not like athletic. See, there's like you need like
coal miner.
I was gonna say like a lumberjack.
I was gonna say
farmer.
I was gonna say
like
I was gonna say lumberjack, but I think that's the word for what I was gonna say.
Woodsman?
Yeah, I was gonna say like a
Kevin, you love your lumberjack.
I do love lumberjacks. I think I have a fetish.
I was gonna say like a log cutter, which is a lumberjack.
Yeah.
And I was gonna say that only because it is the highest death rate of professions.
I would imagine that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, but this isn't a per capita.
Rock climbers. Rock
But that's
climbing
a
instructors.
Yeah, but that's
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Honestly, probably a pretty good answer would be like Wall Street. Like they're all.
I know.
Like,
You know what? I was gonna say doctors.
Doctor? No, but like Wall Street, there's too many doctors. Also have too many completely non-athletic
Bums.
people.
Yeah.
Like,
But I'm thinking of like same thing with like lawyer, like anything. I think where you're where you like make a lot of money. I think a lot of people also get in shape.
yeah,
But that's also different than athletic. Like what job? It probably is like Wall Street or like you know what it is. It's like you know every girl is in PR. Every guy sells insurance.
yeah.
Like and they're guys who are like I played sports in school. I'm kind of smart, but I'm not like Ivy League, so I'm not going to be like a trader. But I want to do something in finance, so I'm going to sell insurance. Those guys all played like sports in school.
Yeah.
Real estate guys too.
Real estate, yeah. It's like the kind of made up jobs where it's
Enterprise rent a car.
Yeah.
They have a thing for college athletes.
I know. I was gonna say if we were actually talking about this at lunch yesterday. That so we walked in and me and Will were both like, "Damn, that looks good," and it was just the biggest sandwich they happened to be advertising, and Will ended up getting it. I got something different, and we were sitting down, and I think it was Clemmer was making fun of me, Will, and Marty because just advertising works on us.
Yep.
Where it's just like,
I will get that.
I think Will said, or Marty said, like, someone's like, babe, what are you on for dinner? Like, I don't know. Let's turn on the TV, see what commercial comes on. No, Will said that. The commercials work on me. So as far as I'm concerned, Enterprise Rent-A-Car is made up exclusively of former athletes. Because like every NCAA tournament,
sort of
it's
thing.
all like Enterprise Rent-A-Car. We give you the tools to create your own career.
Right. What sport would it be? I think you got to pick.
It's probably basketball. Just out of
Everybody plays basketball.
I think the most people play basketball.
Yeah. But if you picked like soccer, you could probably find a job of people who can like run really well.
Yeah.
So you could specify it, but if you're going broad, I think you go basketball and
it's one
selling
of the
insurance.
The things are so if we're going by a median, there's every thing has so many bad athletes in it too.
Yeah.
But I would say like high paying jobs obviously have because you have former athletes. That's where they go. They go to high paying jobs.
And I think it's also like people who
experience.
You get a membership to a gym and you spend your money on you eat right or you trainers, all that sort of shit. So
it's also
not poor people.
Honestly, you know what crazy answer is? And again, there's so many bad ones, but podcasting. A lot of the best athletes in the world are podcasters.
Well, yeah. Now, not when we were first doing it, but now it's like, you get a bunch of former professional basketball players. Right now, if you just say former athletes, you get Hall of Fame basketball players. Former current podcasters, you get Hall of Fame basketball players.
KFC and the gang, what's up? By the way, KFC, you've been looking good lately. Anyways, so we're at mine. Solid wood
voicemail of the
month.
month.
4 feet long, 3 feet wide, from my evicted neighbor's trash pile.
Wait, start it over.
That's gross. Solid wood dining table. 4 feet long, 3 feet wide, from my evicted neighbor's trash pile. And like my husband thinks that's gross. We clean it up with Clorox. I'm not supposed to tell my mother-in-law, and that's kind of the end of that conversation. Besides the fact that my vacuum is also from the trash pile. And that got me thinking, going through all of my evicted neighbors' trash piles is like kind of low on my white trash list. I would say the fact that I enjoy ice cubes in my wine is probably up there. Mm-hmm. The fact that I have hosted several couch fires is probably up there. But probably towards the top is that I just got internet 2 years ago. I am a graphic designer. Most of the stuff runs on your hard drive. So every time I need to send something, I just drive down to McDonald's 4 or 5 times a day and beep pop boop. There's your email.
This girl is so from West Virginia.
That's 4. Where's the top 5s? What's your top 5 trashiest things about you? Let's hear them.
This actually is voicemail of the month. I'll give this girl. I'll give this girl the money.
The couch fire is a pretty dead giveaway, but I probably would have gotten there even without that.
Not having internet is fucking insane. That is the most.
I used to go to McDonald's to use the internet, After COVID? Like, that's some shit you did before 9/11. You're like 3 tragedies late on buying your own internet.
Bro, couch fires and not having internet is West Virginia. West Virginia for sure. I do so much white trash stuff that I can't even.
It's a very hard thing to
like I when I do it, I usually send pictures of my behavior to Pat. Pat and I are the most white trash.
This is, I mean, it's you could go through our Are You Garbage episodes.
Yeah,
and you could find them, but I don't know if I'm going to give. This was their biggest one with me when I love Fast and Furious. I don't know if I'm giving that white trash. Movie makes $1 billion a year, dude.
It's not. It's gone. It used to be. Probably like up until like 5, it used to be.
Yeah.
It was more
but
like
Fast 1 was a
like
worldwide phenomenon.
Yeah,
that wasn't white
yeah.
trash either. When you get into the Bow Wow and Tokyo Drift, which everyone loves, that's not for me. Family's not in it. It's
a little meathead. I can understand the angle that they're playing, but it's not truly white trash.
Right.
White trash is a different, white trash is like that's like a guilty pleasure for some people. White trash is like your behavior.
Right.
You're gross,
one thing that would be white trash is if I skip my friend's wedding.
yeah.
I don't know. I have a calf tattoo. That's pretty white trash.
Yeah, but you have a lot of other tattoos now.
Yeah.
So it kind of like if you have like just a calf tattoo, you see Steve-O with the dick on his forehead.
That can't be real.
I think it's real, but it's like not the most like best ink or
like
something.
He can scrub it out.
Post Malone's using a gun that doesn't have like a cord. It's like a wireless.
Okay.
And I think that means it's like a light. I'm sure he can like wipe that off after like a couple years or something like that. I think it's like pretty.
Steve-O, we've talked a few times. I didn't realize we were still doing. Although honestly,
you know what? It's funny.
He's been on the show being like, I do Dilaudid while I ride a bike, and I was like, Steve-O's doing great.
So he posted it, and I don't know if it's because he's 50 or what, but the comments were like, "Come on, man! Like you got to be kidding me with this."
That one was a bit. It
is funny.
It was a bridge too far for me too.
Yeah,
I saw
like
it.
Some
I was
people,
like,
and then the wave of was what you just said. People being like, "This is where we're drawing the line." But there is something to be said for like what he used to do. Like anybody can get a dick on their forehead.
Yeah.
His other stunts are shit that not everybody else can do. Some of them are. It's like I could put a fucking race car at my asshole too.
Yeah.
I think. I don't know. But like it used to be like, I'll get in this shark tank. I will run across this lake with alligators. I'll electrocute myself. It's almost like, stunts. And this is just like I got a dick on my face. I liked it. I thought it was funny just because I think he said something like, I will never get a tattoo on my face. And then one he did was fucking a dick. But I do think that's going to be like a short, like couple years.
I mean, that's still. I don't know. I share the.
You can't go anywhere and have like any conversations with anybody without being.
It's also just like all the stuff he ever did. I can't say all of it, but most of his good stuff affected him.
Yeah.
This is like it affects like people you're talking to, and
I don't say. I mean, it affects me, and then I'm just looking at the dick on your forehead. But
well, if you're talking to a kid, there's a lot of
that's
places.
That's where
you're
I
in
do
public
wonder.
Talking to people,
there could be tomorrow. It could come out and
Yeah.
just wipes it off. And he's like, "Yeah, I can't. Like, I'm like a sex offender.
Right.
But also, would you be surprised if it? It's I can see both sides of it.
Would you be surprised with what?
I wouldn't be surprised if he wiped it off and was like, "Come on, guys, that would be fucking crazy." But I could also see him be like,
yeah,
permanent. He doesn't like kids. He's not going to have kids. As we very famously talked to him about that for like 2 hours. So maybe he's just like, yeah, I got a dick on my face. But it was funny watching Post Malone do it. Like, how about this? If you were to tattoo a dick on my face, where would you start? How would you draw it?
Like on the dick or on your face? Like
how would you draw the dick on my face?
I'd probably start here, there, balls.
Yeah, He started with the balls.
That's crazy.
No, and I should say it was at the instruction of Steve-O. He said, start at the balls. You're drawing a dick. You do not start at the balls.
No.
You start at the shaft, go to the head, come down, and then you do the balls. Starting at the balls is crazy.
No, that's a good observation. You're right. Yeah.
See that? So that gun, and like if you turn the volume on, it's not like. So I think this is like a little bit of a.
Oh, you okay?
How's that feel?
Feels more like a toothbrush, electric toothbrush, like.
Yeah, I can't even hear it.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I mean, it seems very legit now. I'd
Yeah.
only seen the picture. It definitely seems like I'm watching someone get a tattoo.
Yeah. Crazy.
And I came back here to the Radical Ranch where I just couldn't sleep because I was like, oh my God, what happened? And I had to leave for a triathlon at 5.
It's strange that was for a lot of people like, ugh.
Yeah. It just
Not
it
like,
hit different.
I like drank my own enema water or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen Steve do a bunch of stuff. Some of it I went, ugh. But most of it, I was like, ha 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 ha. This one,
Yeah, you really can't like talk to any kid ever again.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to the white trash.
What do you guys have?
I mean, my food is white trash. Like,
Yeah.
that's my biggest. It's the cranberry and like all the snacks I have. Entenmann's. I eat gas station food. Not food. I eat gas station snacks.
Yeah.
I do think that's a bridge too far with the white trash. If you eat like taquitos from the gas station, that's fucking crazy.
I've done that once.
Yeah, that's bad. I'm super white trash. Like when I come to work, I'll put on like regular clothes, but like on the weekends, I'm like it started out kind of as like dad clothes, and now it's just gone like white trash clothes. Like I'll run out to do like if I'm going out, I'll put on clothes. But if I'm running out to like just grab a slice of pizza, run an errand, grab milk or whatever, I'll be in like you would see me and be like that. You look like garbage. Like did you take your neighbor's trash pile of clothes and put them on? The other day I was going to pick up the kids and I get in the car and the only reason I saw it was because like I see my legs and I had bleach stains and like a hole in it and I was like I can't do this. And I went back in and changed my clothes. But like if I was going somewhere in public like that, if I would have been like, whatever. Bleach stains and holes in my like sweatpants, whatever, dude.
My living situation is definitely white trash.
Yeah.
Just like,
yeah.
Your West Village apartment?
Yeah.
Within there. Yeah. It's not the address. It's when you go inside of it. It's much like John. It's like he's not white trash when you go inside of him. He is. His family and everything is all put together, and then he is white trash.
Yeah, like just like the fact that there's a couch. There's like it's
complimentary.
It's very much like the meme. Like this is a guy's living situation.
Yeah.
Like, it's just a couch in front of a TV.
Yep.
Some trash. Bunch of paintings that have been on the floor for like 3 years.
What's the worst guy apartment you've ever been in?
Like I mean, back in fraternity.
No, I was gonna say not including college because that's like
here?
like adults. Have you seen any bad ones?
There was one where like the guy had like it was like pictures of like albums that were framed, and it was like Drake. It was I forget what the combo was. It was the worst possible. It was like Drake. Like Skizzy Mars or something. I remember being like, "Oh my god, I have to get out of here."
Yeah, that is. I'm out.
Yeah.
Speaking of my living situation, family of turkeys.
Yeah, what's that? You texted that the other day.
What do I mean? I mean I've got 12 fucking turkeys living in my yard.
And that's good, right?
I don't know. I don't like turkeys.
Why?
They creep me out. Turkeys creep me out. You ever fucking see them, man?
Yeah.
You got the...
Yeah.
They're gross.
The little pussy?
Like, yeah, they got pussy mouth thing. Like, if it was like
damn, that turkey's got good neck.
Disgusting. So, the adult turkeys, I don't like. But they had 10 little turkeys, little turklings with them. I was like, how the fuck did they get here?
Yeah.
Turkeys
They're
can't
not the
fly,
neighbors.
right? Like they can't fly like long distances, can
No,
they?
I don't think so.
And then how the fuck did these little turkeys like were hopping along the street to get to my yard? I don't know. You were there. Like that road is like, it's like not like a major road, but like
Yeah.
I'm not like, right next to a river or something.
You've got a lot of woods around you.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah. I guess they're just living in, but now I think they're just living there. Like I thought they were just passing through. They were there this morning. I think I just got a family of turkeys now. I gotta name these turkeys. They went into the tennis court and they got like trapped and they were just running in circles. And so I was like, welcome. But I am also like, there's a ton of deer, and then I see like foxes, and there's a coyote, and there's a hawk or maybe a falcon or something. I'm like, you better watch out. You and your family are gonna get fucking murked. There's a zoo back here, survival of the fittest. So the big turkeys, that I don't like them. But then all these little turkeys popped up out of my lawn is long right now, so they were kind of like in the grass, and they popped up, and it was just a bunch of little turkeys. And it's like, yeah, it is a good thing, but I'm just so not used to it. I'm just like, I live in a zoo now. I live in a zoo. I never grew up around anything like that, so I'm just like, I don't know. I'm gonna be getting in my car one day and get attacked by a fucking turkey. They're not nice. Turkeys are not nice. That's the other thing. If it was like a peacock showed up or something, that'd be cool. But turkeys, if you get near them, they fucking attack you.
Really?
So I'm like,
Well,
you
just
can
kill 'em and eat 'em
live
then.
here. Huh?
Just kill them and eat them.
I was thinking about that. Somebody DM'd me and was like, I'll bring you my shotgun. Imagine if I was just like, just eradicated this family of turkeys. Oh, it'd be crazy. All right. We good?
Good.
Cool. All right. That's the episode. We'll see you next week.